right, so you want about 3 minutes of solid me ragging. I think I can do that. Just tell me when to start. Alrighty, folks. So this week's adventure is going to be a combination of 2 weeks. As they say on television, due to time restraints, we will cut out the commercials. We went to Northwood Lake, and Northwood Lake is 685 acres or so in around there. I'm lucky. I'm fortunate because over the years of doing this, you're going to meet a lot of people, folks, and you get invited to places that, you get invited to private property. And fortunately, that's where we set up on his private property. But there is a beautiful boat ramp that is, I believe, brand new off of, I want to say Route 202. It was a pretty sketchy boat ramp there. But from what I understand, I have friends that live on that lake, and they say that that boat ramp now is paved and beautiful. One thing I can say to you folks is, again, in the videos I say this, and for the sake of redundancy, this is the 5th most fished lake in the state of New Hampshire. So with that being said, if you go there on a hot August day, expect traffic. But if you can get there, before the season starts, I mean, right after ice out, and you will experience some of the finest fishing that New Hampshire has to offer. So what I'd like to do now is to invite you to watch the adventure. And folks, let me tell you something. Some of these perch, quality perch, people in North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, out in that area of the United States, they will pay top dollar to catch fish like this. Devil's Lake in North Dakota being just one off the top of my head. But I'm saying anybody can do this, folks. Anybody can do this. Again, with that being said, let's take a look at the action. Like 2 minutes ago, I just caught a nice pickerel out of this hole. And I didn't want to drop it back down this hole again, because I said I'm going to catch him again. I'm sort of hoping that's not the case, but if it is the case, we'll take him. The spool down there is spinning. Of course it's stopped. Okay, so just don't drop that down the hole. That's expensive. Okay, let's see what happens. Now, when I pull this out, I sort of like to get a visual. Okay, so my line is off to the side, but sort of straight down. Now, usually that would tell me that there's nothing on there, but in this case, that's a pickerel tactic where they spit it out and come back for it. So if I just turn this hook around to get a better angle, and yeah, I got him. But
perch. At least we know it's not the same one.
No, that's good. But I don't want to hurt this fella, so
swallow it.
Yeah, another nice perch. And if you can see right here, I think something was trying to eat him. As you can see on his head, he looks like a old wound. Mm-hmm. Something, maybe a scar from a previous battle.
Yeah.
Looks like something had him by the head. So that goes to show you, if something's gonna eat a perch the size of this, who knows what's lurking in here. We're gonna drop him back down into the hole and wait for the next flag. And folks, beware, because these things are so sharp you'll cut your fingertip off. Thank you. Then back down to the hole. And there he just gave us the green flag of freedom there. We did manage to catch one smallmouth bass. Wasn't a big one, but it was a bass. And I tell you, one of the harder fish to catch through the ice, in my opinion, is a smallmouth bass. I've only caught in a few, and the majority that I have caught in through the ice, I have caught in Northwood Lake. So again, folks, when that flag goes up, you don't know what could be underneath there. It could be a 4-inch fish, could be a 4-pound fish. That's the beauty of ice fishing. So I just had a 4-inch perch following this around earlier. I'm hoping it's not the same perch, because big fish eat 4-inch perch. So I don't think there's a fish on here.
There was a second ago.
Yeah, my line has gone slack. So let's see what happens. Yeah. Oh,
big pickerel.
Let's get him out of that hole. Oh, there you go. Now, this is the point where people get hurt, folks. So make sure that this fish gets stabilized, and voila. That's a nice
catch.
And what I usually would do is I'd have a hole out here, guys, so I could release this fish in another area. I don't really want to catch him again, but you can see he's been eating good. So I wouldn't be surprised if that small little perch that just set off that tip up is in his belly. So he's gonna go back in the hole to make more little baby pickerel. They will be spawning here very shortly. As soon as they spawn when the lake is about to break up, that's when pickerel spawn. So another couple of weeks. Yeah, that was a nice one.
Good job.
Fish on.
Bill is on again. Let's see what we got hit.
This one feels a little hefty.
Oh, look at the size of that smallmouth bass. Oh! Get him. Okay, sirs. That was a nice smallmouth bass.
The way it goes.
That's the breaks of the game. I do remember saying something about grown men crying. No, that was a nice fish. I would say 8 pounds.
Brian, 8 pounds.
We're just being fishermen. Conservatively, that was a 2.5 to 3 pound smallmouth. Yes. And in this lake is full of those. But in my experience, folks, I've never really had much luck catching smallmouths through the ice. But the biggest smallmouth I ever did catch through the ice was in this lake. The last fish I caught, I made a major rookie mistake.
Which was only 5 minutes ago.
I didn't prepare myself for losing my hook. So I went back to my sled, and now I'm going to use a slightly different tactic. I'm going to use a fluorescent orange hook. You can see what that is. And everybody knows that I'm a bead freak, so I've got a couple of different types of bead styles here. I really like white, but that fire pink looks, well, doesn't matter how it looks to me. It matters how it looks to the fish. Basically, if you take good care of your equipment's going to take good care of you. But what I did do, and again, folks, I've been doing this for a while, and I made almost a very bad mistake. I had a quick strike rig, and I was going to put it out because it was legal in Maine. I assumed it was legal in New Hampshire. Before I put it in the water, one of my friends said to me, "That's not legal." And I wanted to argue with him, but the little birdie in my head said, you know what? If my friend is telling me it's not legal, cut that off. Be 100% legal. You know you're 100% legal. I live to fight another day. I came home. I checked the rule. My friend was right. I was wrong, but I did do the right thing. I took that rig off immediately. In New Hampshire, you're allowed 6 devices. In most lakes, I believe you're only allowed 2 devices on cusk lakes. It's always important to read the rules and the regulations because you do not want to have law enforcement ruin your day. If you do encounter law enforcement, remember, they're human too. They're out doing a job. They're protecting you and the environment so that your kids and grandchildren will have this opportunity also. So I'd like to take a quick shout out to law enforcement. So all in all, folks, I would say between these 2 trips wrapped up, and we caught well over 40 fish. I don't think we have time to show every single fish we caught. Yeah, there's some punies in there, and with that being said, again, I hope you enjoyed the action. This is wrap up to a great day of fishing. We got plenty of perch, plenty of pickerel. Got one nice smallmouth to the hole, but I will tell you folks, that right there is a struggle. And let's face it, we are close to 60 or pushing over 60, so after that, hardly even breathing hard. How do we do it? All right, from Northwood Lake, remember people, fishing makes people happy, and happy people live longer. We have a flat tire, and this is a suck way to end a great day.